Om Namo Venkatesaya. Now let's move on to Nyasam. What is the meaning of Nyasam? Nyasam has got multiple meanings, but what is meant here is Nyasam means depositing. That is, before you start chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama, you are trying to purify your body. That means the body itself becomes pure, so that the effect of chanting the Vishnu Sahasranama can be much more, beneficial, and therefore we do this Nyasam. Now, what do we do in the Nyasam? We are taking the several parts of our body and then depositing some portion of the Bhagavan's grace into each one of this part of the body, and that's what is called as Nyasam. So, let's begin with that Nyasam. The first mantra is asya vishṇordivya sahasranāma stotra mahāmantrasya vedavyāso bhagavān ṛshihi. As I told you in the previous, this slokas, this Vishnu Sahasranamam is a Mahamantra, and then this Mahamantra, who is the ṛshihi, that means who is the person who has seen this particular mantra. That is, of course, it was given by Bhishmacharya to Yudhishthira, and this Vyasa Bhagavan, through his this Jnana Drishti, was able to visualize what was being said, and therefore he has given it as part of the part of the Mahabharatam, and therefore he is the person who has seen this mantra, and therefore the mantra, the ṛshihi for this mantra is Vyasa Bhagavan. So vedavyāso bhagavān ṛshihi is Bhagavan himself, and therefore we call it as asya vishṇordivya sahasranāma stotra mahāmantrasya vedavyāso bhagavan. So at that time you keep the three fingers of your right hand, that is this the index, the middle, and the ring finger on the top of your head. Asya vishṇordivya sahasranāma stotra mahāmantrasya vedavyāso bhagavan ṛshihi. Then the next question is anushṭup chandaha. What is the chandas? What is the poetic meter for this particular Vishnu Sahasranama? It is anushṭup chandas. So already we talked about it yesterday. Anushṭup chandas is, it has got each sloka has got 4 padas, 4 quarters, and each quarter has got 8 aksharas. So that means 32 aksharas. That is what is referred to in this poetic meter, which is anushṭup chandaha. śrīmahāvishṇuf. So when you keep this, when you chant this anushṭup chandaha, since it is being uttered from the mouth, you keep these 3 fingers on near your mouth, on the top, on the lips. That's what it is. Anushṭup chandaha. śrīmahāvishṇuf paramātmā śrīmannārāyaṇo devatā. So who is the Ati Devata? Who is the person who is being talked of in this Vishnu Sahasranama mantra? He is none other than śrīmannārāyaṇa. śrīmahāvishṇuf paramātmā śrīmannārāyaṇo devatā. So he is Mahavishnu, he is Paramatma, he is Narayana. So he is the Devata of this Vishnu Sahasranama mantra. So since you have kept your fingers on your lips, it's better to take these 3 fingers onto your right ears, because right ears represents the source of Ganges. That is when Bhagirath brought this heavenly Ganges to the earth. It was first received by Parameshwara on his head, matted locks, and then he released only a portion of it to Bhagiratha. That came as the Ganges. When it was coming, it swept away the ashrama of a ṛshihi called Janhu. So Janhu became so upset, therefore he drank this entire Ganges. Then on the request of Bhagiratha, he again left it through his right ear. So that's why the right ear represents the Ganges. So you just touch your fingers on the right ear, supposed to purify your 3 fingers since you have touched your lips. Then you put your then you put your right hand on in the middle of the chest. That's what the Bhagavan is supposed to reside in the chest, right hand portion of the chest. The first śrīmahāvishṇuf paramātmā śrīmannārāyaṇo devata. amṛtāmśūdbhavo bījam. amṛtāmśūdbhavo bhānuriti bījam. That means the bījam, the seed for this Vishnu Sahasranama has come from amṛtāmśū. Amṛtāmśū. That means it is a portion of this amṛtāmśūdbhavo. That means a portion of this immortality. Amrita means immortality. Immortality is Bhagavan himself. Therefore, it has arisen out of a portion of the immortality from the Bhagavan himself. Udbhavaha, it has come out of him. Bhānuhu, that means it is shining. That the bījam is very shining. In fact, when the creation itself is supposed to be, very bright, golden hue. It was shining like a gold. That's what our Shastras, Puranas say. And therefore it is shining also, that the seed is shining, and therefore that is called as the bījam. Amṛtāmśū, what has come out of the Bhagavan's immortality, it is shining. That is what you call the seed of this Vishnu Sahasranama. Devakīnandanas srashṭeti śaktihi. So when the Shakti, that means the strength for this Vishnu Sahasranama comes from devakīnandanas. Devakīnandanas, one who was making Devaki, his mother, happy. Sri Krishna Paramatma is called as Devakīnandanas, since he was the person very much present in the present when this Sahasranāma was given by Bhishmacharya to Yudhishthira. He was very much present in his he was very much present and endorsing all the names given by Bhishmacharya, and he was the person who he was the source of, when Bhishmacharya said that I am lying in a bed of arrows, I don't have enough energy to chant, save all these dharmas, then Bhagavan said, no, you have all the capacity, and then Bhagavan is providing the strength for Bhishmacharya to say all these dharmas, including this Vishnu Sahasranamam, and he is the source of the strength. Srashta means he is the creator. So one is he is the creator, the Mahavishnu is the creator, sustainer, and then annihilator of this entire universe. Therefore, devakīnandanas srashṭa iti śaktihi. So the strength for this Vishnu Sahasranama comes from Sri Krishna Paramatma, who is devakīnandanaha. Then, so when you utter these two mantras, you keep your this hand on your navel, because navel is the source from which the entire Bhagavan created. Srashta, the creation came from the navel of the Bhagavan. There was a lotus flower. From the lotus flower came the Brahma, the first Jivatma. So you keep your hands on your navel. Udbhavaha kshobhaṇo deva iti paramomantraha. That means the great mantra for this Vishnu Sahasranama is udbhavaha kshobhaṇo deva iti paramomantraha. That means one who is udbhava means one is beyond the time. Bhava means tomorrow. One is beyond time. That means he is timeless. So that means the paramātmā is ananta. That means he doesn't have any end at all. So that means he is udbhavaha. Kshobhaṇaha. Kshobhaṇa means one who is able to induce everybody. So induce the people on the right path through these various mantras, and therefore he is called as a kshobhaṇaha. That means one is the person who is inducing all these people into that. Or other meaning of kshobhaṇa is one is able to mix up very clearly. That is, he is mixing up this inert and then the sentient things, sentient and insentient things together. Suppose we have this body is insentient, whereas the Jivatma is sentient. So he's mixed up the two together to make us believe that we are one and the same, the body and the mind. So that kind of a Maya is able to mix up, and therefore is called as kshobhaṇaha. Deva means he is doing all this like a child's play. He doesn't need any special efforts to create this universe or sustain or annihilate. Just by sankalpa, by just if he thinks that it has to create the universe is already created. So that is doing it like a child's play, and therefore udbhavaha kshobhaṇo deva iti paramomantraha. That is the greatest mantra for this Vishnu Sahasranamam. The rest of the portion will cover it tomorrow. Om Namo Venkatesaya.